Welcome to Star Citizen and the guide for the repair, salvaging and tractor beam tool. Because with the Cambio SRT and the MaxLift tractor beam we have received specialized tools that can replace the MultiTool in many areas. With the new tools, it is about the upgrade of the standard tractor beam variants. The Cambio Salvaging and Repair tool is widely available and can be found almost everywhere in the verse. Here you will find it at almost every Platinum Bay as well as the residential areas. But there is still a price increase to be expected. We also get the MaxLift tractor beam widely available, especially on the cargo decks and on the refinery decks. But this is not exactly cheap at 19,000 Alpha UEC. But one thing forward, both tools are definitely worth their price. And another note, in contrast to the tractor beam, the Cambio Salvaging and Repair tool can currently be found in the weapon category. And both tools also need a weapon slot for long weapons. The salvaging and also the repair function have been in the game for quite a while. And so far we have already been able to craft and use our salvaging and also repair materials and tools for the MultiTool, for example with the Vulture or Reclaimer. Because for simple repairs, it is enough to equip our MultiTool with the Cambio SRT Lite attachment, so the little brother of the dedicated tool. And in addition, we need empty canisters as ammunition, either for salvaging or full canisters for repairing. And so the MultiTool also has the option of either dismantling or reassembling the corresponding material, so repairing the hull. These repair functions, however, still have some limitations that we will see later. And analogous to the dedicated tool, we can also switch from salvaging to repair mode here by pressing the B button. And of course, we have already shown you the salvaging and repairing with the MultiTool in detail in our own extensive guide here in the channel. Here you will also learn everything you need to know about the MultiTool and the various attachments, as well as the salvaging and repair functions with it. But in this guide we take a look at the specialized tools. The Cambio SRT makes the start. And with this salvage and repair tool we can do the exact same thing as with the attachment for the MultiTool, only much more effectively and faster. Because even with this, we have the option of removing or repairing the hull of wrecks or ships in which the shields are deactivated. But we need the large canisters for this, which can also be attached to your belt analogously to the small SRT canisters. And here too, we can switch from salvaging to repair mode by pressing the B button. And the tool also does a lot visually, as the animations have been implemented very well. For orientation, we recognize the salvaging mode with an unfolded bracket in the front area and the repair mode with a more compact area in the front. But repairs are currently limited to the hull of a ship. This allows us to restore some hit points and disturbances in our ship. But the repair of components is currently not possible. However, we will take a closer look at this in a moment. Repaired areas are clearly visible and the repair itself is never as effective as if we had it repaired at a station. But we can also restore some hit points on the way, so definitely a clear plus. But let's go to the MaxLift tractor beam, the big brother of our MultiTool attachment. The operation here is analogous to our tractor beam on the MultiTool. Here too, we can push or pull our target away from us with the activated tractor beam and the MultiTool. And rotating objects is also possible. In addition, we have the option of moving vehicles with a driver in the seat. That means you can load and unload vehicles even if the driver has already taken a seat. If you switch to the secondary mode with the right mouse button, you will get an overview of how far your energy and range will extend. If the maximum range or mass is exceeded, your tractor beam will break. The performance of your tractor beam is represented by the mass of the target as well as the gravity situation. But the MaxLift tractor beam is certainly capable of moving smaller ships in atmospheric environments, rotating or parking. But there is a limitation here that you can only use the tractor beam on a landing pad in weapon-free zones. In the secondary mode, you get corresponding fluctuations of your weight and range, especially in the atmosphere when moving. So, depending on how the energy distribution and the conditions of the mass are on site. Therefore, it is clearly advisable to keep the range as short as possible, especially with heavy objects, and not to let the movements escape. Otherwise, it can happen quickly that our object breaks off. And with the Tumbril Nova weighing just under 150 tons, the MaxLift has also reached its end. In our tests, we were able to move objects up to 80 tons in gravity. But there is another innovation for the tractor beams, namely the so-called supporter mode. If a player has already grabbed an object or a vehicle, you can support him here. And for this, you can simply lift the same target with your tractor beam. This way, you can carry larger loads together. However, two tractor beams cannot lift the Tumbril Nova. And of course, analogous to the MultiTool, you can also remove or reinstall components. But the ship owner has to release the components for removal and installation. And the release is either done by a shortcut or the radial menu when you are sitting on the pilot seat. In general, you will receive detailed information depending on what kind of cargo you are lifting. This way you can determine cargo pieces or damage. And as announced, it is currently not possible to repair the current components with either the MultiTool or a dedicated tool. These are already recognized, but we do not have an option for a repair here. And finally, the note that the salvaged materials with our Cambio SRT Lite, the MultiTool or a dedicated tool, the Cambio SRT, are not really lucrative. But filled canisters are quite suitable for repairs. So see you soon and see you in the verse, and thanks for watching.